I gotta send this. I gotta send this through. But people don't see it though. Before I send it through, wait till a couple people get in here, and I'll go ahead and flip the camera around and read what I wrote, so everybody knows that I'm just done with being told what is truth and what is not truth. And because of communists dictate truth. I mean, they get to decide what's truth. They have the power to decide truth. That's what all this shit's about. I made a video. Here, let's do this. I made a video a while back. Everybody knows, my subscribers know, my cousin works for AstraZeneca. He is a manager who manages, when he's there, he's the head dude there. So he makes good money, like great money. But he is the head dude in charge. When he's there, he runs the show. They had an incident, which I can't talk about because screw YouTube will take the video down, as they already did. And they'll give me a strike, but we all know what I'm talking about. So I made a video relaying the information what my cousin, who was on the floor at AstraZeneca, said about what was going on there with their product. YouTube was 11 and a half minute live stream or video. I don't know if I think it was a live stream, and YouTube took it down. They gave me a strike for it. So I'm on my second strike on my main channel. If I get another strike within 90 days, they're going to take the channel down, which I really don't give a fuck anymore. But hang on, I'm going to flip the camera around, let y'all see what I see. No. How do I flip? See if I can flip the camera around. Settings. Tips and settings. Camera. Camera on, facing front. Okay, facing front. Facing back. Let's see if this will do it. All right, here we go. So here's what I said in my appeal, just so everybody can see it. I'm trying to hold where you can see it and I can read it. It's going to be kind of tough. Okay. Employee who is responsible for making the AstraZeneca VAXX, who is the lead manager over the entire production floor, is the one who gave me the factual information in this video. I can give you, I can give you a, hold on, gotta go slow. Why can't I do this? I'm having trouble. Where's the down arrow on this keyboard? There's not a down arrow. Let's see if I can do it like this. I can give you a direct line to investigate from. AstraZeneca VAXX is not approved in the U.S., therefore it isn't used in the U.S. The who, I should have dots. Sorry, I should have went over this before I made the video, but it's more important. It's most important that you see what I'm putting on here, because I really just don't even give a shit anymore, man. I don't want to take my channel down. Fuck them. The AstraZeneca VAXX is not approved in the U.S., therefore it is used in the U.S. The WHO has never made a statement having to do with this topic, and AstraZeneca, my local, state, and federal government has commented. So nothing said violates the quote-unquote community guidelines. Just because YouTube or a mainstream source doesn't report first doesn't mean that it is a fact. ScrewTube has become a communist propaganda machine and is out of control. People want the truth. My viewers are subbed as adults that they can choose. And there's the submit button. So if my channel goes bye-bye, you probably know why. Did you know that most creators never get a second strike? Well, I'm not most creators, motherfucker, because see, I got two. From facing. Wow. Hold on a second. Let me get out of here. Uh-oh. How do I get out of this? There I am again. Sorry about that. I will, man. So, NG, my cousin, hold on. I got to get out of my house here. My phone's probably going to cut out walking through the house. It's cool. Got a new stove over here next to all my tools. Came yesterday, putting it in. So, but it's bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit that
ScrewTube gets to dictate what's the truth or not. Is YouTube in my life? Are they standing here next to me? Do they know my cousin, who he is, who he works for? I just offer to give them a direct line where they can call and somebody will say AstraZeneca, fucking Sharonville or whatever the hell it is, Westchester, and they can put his extension in and talk to him while he's there at work. So they could do the investigation. They could find out it's the truth, but it's not about the truth. It's about the propaganda and pushing your mind to make you believe what you want to believe. Like it or not, like this is some factual shit. And I used to say this all the time. Christy will tell you, I used to tell my buddy this all the time. I can make anybody do anything I want them to do if I want to do it. Anybody can. It just takes time. So you plant the seed, you give them the little bit of information, and then you water that seed over time. And you can make people do dumb shit. For instance, there was like a criminal act that one time I mentioned it. My buddy's like, there's no fucking way we're doing that. You're crazy. I was like, but dude, it's like fucking guaranteed money, bro. Like, we're going to make some big. And it was, he's like, hey, let's go do that thing. I'm like, fucking let's roll. But over that period of time, I had watered that seed. And that's what YouTube's doing to us. YouTube, and I know that sounds terrible, but it's the truth. But that's what YouTube is doing to us now. They're trying to make it to where we can only get information from one side. They plant the seeds and then water that seed over time by dictating what you can or cannot hear as an adult. I'm sub to the channels I watch. When they come up, if I don't want to hear what they got to say, motherfucker, I can hit the click button. I'm capable. I'm well capable of doing it. But it's not about my choice. It's about them choosing for me. And not only choosing for me, dictating what I can or cannot hear. And it's complete bullshit is what it is. And everybody says, well, let's go to something. Where do you want to go? Where else can we go where we're all there? That is as easy to use as YouTube. And I don't mean easy in the sense that I mind doing shit that's hard. I have fucking issues with every other platform there is. There's not a platform out there that when I upload shit, it uploads. There's not one. The only one that would halfway decent is Parler. And Parler now is just, it's not even worth getting on. Once, Google, ABC Inc., part of ScrewTube, shut them down, it just went to total shit. Everything about it went to shit. But Gab issues. If I upload a video there, it takes me literally 3 hours just to get it to accept the upload, and then another 2 or 3 hours for it to upload. Odyssey, same thing. Rumble, same thing. I mean, I have, it's not like I haven't tried. So where else do we go to where we can talk, and not have to speak in code and shit, which we're going to be speaking in code soon anyway, because if it's not going to be YouTube coming after us, it's going to be the fucking government. Because YouTube is going to be working with the government, and they're going to be making just the shit that we say illegal. But it's complete bullshit. I mean, I have no reason to lie about it. I don't even have a fucking dog in the fight. I've never got it. I've never got the vaccine. I can give a shit less if you do. But you deserve to have the information that is truthful or not. Let's say here, I'll tell you what happened, NG. So we're gonna talk here in fucking code, because that's what we got to do, right? My cousin works at a place that makes Kool-Aid. When they put the sugar, the sugar is what makes Kool-Aid good. It ain't the dye. It ain't the other bullshit. It's the sugar, right? That's what helps you, or is supposed to help you. It gives you energy, right? Well, at my cousin's work, where they make this Kool-Aid, the filters in the system got clogged up. Somebody noticed that a batch of Kool-Aid was a different color than the rest of the batches. So they go back and look, and it wasn't just that batch. It was a bunch of batches that were a different color. And when we're talking a batch, we're talking 2.8 million cups of Kool-Aid. 10 cups per vial, 280,000 vials, or 230,000. 2.3 million, I'm sorry. 10 cups per vial and 230,000 vials per batch. So they go back to try to trace why this is happening. They're putting the same ingredients in, and it's coming out different every time. Why? Well, the filters are getting clogged up. So what does that mean? That means that in some glasses of Kool-Aid, there ain't going to be any fucking sugar. But in some other glasses of Kool-Aid, there's going to be, 10, 15, 20, 30 times the amount of sugar. Now, if you apply that to what they're trying to force you to stick into you today, try to understand what I'm saying. And my cousin literally is the dude. Like, you go to AstraZeneca in the middle of the night, I can walk right up in the place. He comes in the front door and he lets me in, and nobody says shit because I'm standing next to him. But it's bullshit that YouTube, they don't do any investigation. They just dictate, hey, we don't like this, therefore it's not truth. Therefore, we are going to shut you down. You know what? It's one thing if they would just say that, but they don't do that. They say it's against community guidelines. And community guidelines is this big old list of shit. Nowhere in that big old list of shit is YouTube just doesn't fucking like what you're saying. If it was, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, they don't like what I'm saying. But it's not. You know, they try to play it off like you're lying or you're spreading misinformation or some bullshit like that. And the truth is that it's where this came from. That come in handy. The truth is that they are watering that seed. They've already put the seed in our minds with all the shit that's going on, especially young kids that watch YouTube. You know, they start out watching Legoland and they go to bicycles and then skateboards and four wheelers or whatever it is. And in between those, you know, they have all these suggestive views and they watch some of those videos too. And that's what it's really about. It's about the kids. It's about warping our fucking kids' minds to buy into this bullshit. So 10 years from now, they support it. And it's just it's a joke, man. It's unreal. Hey, Christy, we give me my smoker. I gotta go run. Oh, I got my smoker. I gotta run and get that stovepipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I'm on this, so I can kill two birds with one stone. I gotta go to the dump too. But it's just it fucking infuriates me, man. I can't stand. I used to be in jail and shit. Somebody walk by and shut my door, joking around, lock me in, and like I could get right back out, but it would still infuriate me because somebody was living my life for me. They were deciding how I was doing my time, is how I looked at it. I couldn't stand it. And it's the same thing with thing with ScrewTube. They're probably going to take this one down if I get another strike. If I get it, well, I can't get another strike on this one. I got one. If I get another strike on Freedom Inc., Freedom Inc.'s gone. In all honesty, I really don't give a fuck. I really, truly don't. I know I say that, and then I post on it and shit, but it doesn't matter to me. Like the people who are here right now, or you know, and it just blows my mind, man, that we're all allowing this shit to happen. And it's not just on YouTube that it's affecting us. It's affecting us in real life too. Yeah, they are feeding the kids bullshit. Well, just like now. So yesterday, at one time, there was 25 people in here, or maybe it was the day before yesterday. I don't know. I did it at just about the same time. Where are those people at today? Well, half of you got notifications. The other half are probably unsubbed. It's just it's fucking. My phone's probably going to cut out. Driving down the road right here. I know it's going to actually. Sorry about that, but it's just it's aggravating, man. It just absolutely infuriates me that more than anything that we're letting the shit happen. You know, the world still uses YouTube just because it's the easiest platform to use. Like I said, if it was up to me, I would just drop YouTube. The problem with that is that I've already put a target on my back the size of fucking Ohio. And therefore, I'm going to follow through with what I'm doing, which is to build a community of people that live in a community. You know, like community friends that live over here and over there and across the country. All that's great. It's awesome. But it don't help not fucking one of us when it's our day. And that's what it's really about. It's about how can we, you know, some people are into how do I breathe for the longest period of time. Other people are into, you know, how do I hide for the longest period of time? I just want to live free, and because of living free, one day they're going to come and try to shut my heart down. You know, that's how they kill you. They turn your heart off. And when that day comes, I at least want to be able to stop them that day. And I know it's a losing fight. I know that. Well aware of it. But if you're alone, and this ain't me, I'm just saying that the average person that's alone will comply rather than die. And there's a fact for you. If there's 10 of us, there's 10 people that say I'll never comply, 9 people are going to comply. Maybe even the guy saying that he's not going to comply. And it just that's why I keep doing it, and I'll continue to do it. And every day that I do is probably a day shorter than my life will be, and I'm okay with that. As long as in the end that we can stand on our principles. But you can't, you know, even alone you can stand on your principle, but then it becomes, you know, you're giving up your life, which is cool to me. I'm fine with dying on my own. I'm not fine with me dying on my own and then them taking my family anyway, which is where the community comes in. I'm not okay with that. It's aggravating, man. I get frustrated. I get to the point where I don't even know what to say. I get so frustrated about what's going on. I wish I knew these people right here. They're gonna cut the fire where they logged it, but they're never here. They got a camper here in the garage, but I've never seen cars here not one time. I'm gonna stop and see if I can put firewood. No cars there today. I don't know. I see where Dave told me it was old news. Um, Dave don't like me. Anyway, where a judge ordered the cops to give those truckers in Canada their fuel back. They gave it back contaminated. I don't know how they would contaminate it though. I mean, a diesel engine will burn like pretty much anything as long as it has enough volatile molecules to combust. It'll burn. You don't want to burn gasoline in it though. I don't know if gasoline will burn because of pressure. I'm sure it will. Spontaneous combust, I'm sure. I don't know. But anyway, and if you watch every video coming from it, they say more and more people are showing up. I don't buy it. And I keep hearing this excuse that we want to show the world how corrupt government is. But we already know. You're not telling us nothing new. We all know how corrupt all these governments are. We are all on the same page when it comes to that. What we're not on the same page is the solution to the problem. Like, I'll stand with you, but when somebody goes to, stick a baseball bat in our ass or handcuff us or whatever it is, I ain't going. And if you can't take that stance, then I don't know what to tell you. There's no point in even going and protesting to begin with. It was listen. Let us. Their freedom of choice, but at the same time, they will do shit like, some DUI or drug prohibition or whatever it is. I don't know. I get frustrated. Sorry. Thank you for letting me rant to you. I'm going to get off here now before I say some other stupid shit that trying to slow down on this stupid shit saying because pretty soon we're going to be arrested. And I know it sounds crazy. I know. Well, this is a conspiracy theory. I get it. What in the past. Yeah, not a doubt in my mind. I wish I could see the comments. It's like, what's up, Texie? How you doing, man? What does it say? What flavor? Swishing? I don't smoke. Are you talking to me? There we go. I can see it now. Rant your ass off, man. Like, I'm done ranting. I get a headache when I start ranting. It's aggravating, man. Like, and everybody knows it's happening and just continues to allow the shit to happen. These fuckers that work for ScrewTube, they should not be able to walk down the street in peace. They shouldn't be able to talk to their friends in peace. You know why? Because you should be able to decide what the fuck they can say, what they can't say, what their friends hear and shit. And I don't really mean that. But at some point, you gotta fight fire with fire, man. That's the only way you're gonna win. And I mean, I don't. When it comes to the ScrewTube game, there's not much winning to it. But overall, like, it can be beat, but people just have to be willing to make the sacrifices. And people aren't, man. People look at it like, well, I've worked my whole life to amass this money and this land and this house and this food and whatever the fuck it is. Sorry for cussing. I cuss a lot when I get mad. And they're not willing to sacrifice that for something less or to start over in order to enact change on a large scale. Like, we see it every day. I mean, look, before I moved to Tennessee, I bet there had to have been 100 people. At some point, there's like, yeah, we're going. And then, like, when shit got serious, they're like, wait a second, this motherfucker wasn't playing. Wait, he's really going to sell his nice little suburban home that's 3 minutes from everything, that his payment is next to nothing, and go live in a crack house in the middle of nowhere. in the woods. It's like camping with a big camper. And once they seen that shit, they bailed out. There's a bunch of people. A bunch of people bailed out. Some people are still trying to get here. Like I get it. Like there's one person in particular that's like, hey, dude, 3 weeks and I'll be there. And that was 6 months before. That's before we put the house on the market. And then we put the house on the market. He's like, hey, like I'm not blowing you off for nothing, man. But it's gonna take me a little bit longer, which is cool. He contacts me, but probably once a week to say, hey, man, it was going to be 8 weeks. Now it's going to be 7 weeks. Now it's going to be 6 weeks. So like I get when it takes time, but like nobody's got the spine to fucking do what they say they're going to do. They just want this shit called freedom, but don't want to have to, do anything for it. If you remove government, all governments, okay, and you put 2 people on the planet, you would still have to fight for your fucking freedom, whether it be from animals or that one person coming to try to take your shit. It's just not free. Like people believe it is when we become comfortable in the land of Oz, and now everybody believes this is just. I don't know, man. Like sometimes I just want to just say fuck it. Start wearing pink banana hammocks and flying LGBTQ, XYZ, WMP flags. Gotta keep my phone down. Don't let the popo see it. There you go. That's real smart. I hit your gun. Yeah, thanks for flashing me down, bitch. I'd have just killed your stupid ass if I'd have ran into you. People, it's funny, like when you got a big truck, you have 2 kinds of people. The people that know to stay out of your way, or the dumbasses that don't realize that they almost died, just like that shit right there. I mean, a 15-mile-an-hour collision with the front end of this truck, like a T-bone accident, wouldn't be very, it wouldn't be very good for the person that gets hit. It wouldn't hurt me at all. Airbag might do a little damage to my face, but other than that, I don't know. But I'm going to jump off here. I'm about to the dump. Yes, I live in a place where we have to haul our garbage to the dump. We could hire some dude to come around in a truck to get it, but then he just drives. He fills it up over the top and falls off on the road everywhere. I'm actually going to take one day this weekend and just go from my house to SOE and pick up trash because I have to drive that route twice a day with trading. So twice a day, I have to get pissed off that these dudes are just dumping trash and they're not picking it up. Because it's a beautiful place down here, but people throwing trash out everywhere. It just makes it like nasty. Some crackhead hillbilly shit's what it is. You'd be surprised how many fucking crackheads there is. Like, where do you get your money, crackhead? Because I know the shit. I know they pass it off like it's cheap, and it is. I'm sure. I know it is. I was never a crackhead, but I know it's cheap. I got friends who are crackheads. Oh. But it ain't cheap when you smoke an ounce of that shit a day. So where are you getting your money at? Because we know that you're buzzing all day long. We know you're speeding your balls off all day long. I'm supposed to get a call back today about a job. I hope that the dude, accepts my bid. I can do the job. If not, we'll just keep moving forward. That's all we can do. Failure's not an option. And I'm not going to fail at anything I got going. I'm not failing. You can be a part of it. You cannot. That's on you. Look, there's a bag of trash right in the middle of the road. Fucking idiots, man. They build houses in weird places too. Like you see this shit down here. There's a little PT cruiser. Or if they want to sell it, I need parts. Tell you what I need to find out here is the damn scrap yard, like where I can tell. I got a bunch of steel in my house. Now I got that big ass old stove we just took out of there, which I need to cut it in half so nobody tries to resell it again. Because some asshole will try to resell it to somebody that doesn't know what they're looking at. So it had a crack somewhere in it that I didn't see when I bought it, and that crack opened up because of there's a mobile home underneath that right there. You see it? Did you see it? All that vine. I forget what that vine is called. It came from like Ireland or something. But there's a mobile home completely covered by it. Weird shit ever. But I gotta go, guys. I'm at the community dump with my Ohio tags. They haven't said nothing yet. You're not supposed to dump here unless you have. Look, this dude's driving here to throw away his one little energy cup. Good for him. He likes to clean. nobody has said anything to me yet about dumping trash here. I really think it's just ladies probably there sleeping. You could probably just pay $10 an hour to sit in that little shack and sleep because I've never seen them out here. The Washington's gonna come out here right now, probably. Like, hey, motherfucker, you ain't got a Benton County tag on your truck.
But I gotta go. I got a bunch of drywall shit I gotta throw
In the dump back here. So y'all have a good day. Stay safe and stay hard, man. Like, you know, you say you're gonna do something, fucking stick to it, my God. We're one of these assholes that don't, you know, if your word is worthless, you have nothing. Like, what do you have if your word is absolutely worthless?